started. So we're officially starting. I'm going to be sharing my screen. You will confirm for me if you can see the screen, which I know it is visible because I'm logged on with 2 devices. All right. So with this, we are officially starting. And after this, probably I'm going to pick the serious people. And I'm going to be now dealing with you in a special mentorship program. This is for everyone. But then after this, I'm going to be picking those who are going to be for ending this session with me. And I'm going to work with you the same way I've been doing it with the others wenye ni wako kwa hiyo batch ingine. And I want you to strive as much as possible to be in this batch. So first of all, I wanted to congratulate you for making the decision to be part of our project. And we are proud of you for taking this bold step to be part of this initiative. And I know it wasn't easy, especially for those who just started the business. I know it wasn't easy, but it was a decision which you felt was necessary to make because of the current state of things. You felt this could be the best platform for you. So let's make it that way. Let's make sure it stays that way. We're going to make sure that it is one of the best decisions for you. Now, part one, we're going to focus on the income goal. Nataka kila mtu ende niandikie kwa chat box income goal. Income goal, niandikie income goal. Ile yenye tunaandikianga nini guest pale hivyo kwa Google Meet. Niandikie income goal. Nataka kuona chat box ikiflow with income goal. Everybody income goal. Naona Nathan. Ala. Guys. What? Hey, mshalala na ni 10:30 bana. Hey. Income goal. Nataka kuona income goal. Okay. Income goal. Watu 4 5. Surely. Nataka kuona zikiflow. Income goal. I want to see income goal flowing. Income goal. Everyone, income goal. Income goal. Everybody, income goal. I want to see them flowing. So income goal. And the first thing we're going to talk about is the income goal. There are so many questions which I want you to understand when we talk about the income goal. The first thing about income goal is how much do you want to earn on a monthly basis running this business? Okay. Now that umeniandikia income goal, assuming maybe on an average month, we unaweza taka kutengeneza how much. I also want you to type it down there for me in the chat box. Nataka kuona where everyone is mentally and financially. Kila mtu anaandikia on a month, we unaweza taka how much hii biashara ikuwe na kulipa. Okay? I want to see them in the chat box. Be honest with yourself. Taka uniandikie hapo hivyo. Andika how much do you want to earn on a monthly basis. All right? Everyone. Alan is saying 100K. Sharon anasema 50K per month. As in the start, wewe on average. As in, which one is the most comfortable income for you in this business? Yenye unaweza sema, or in your life, unaweza sema, mimi niko sa, wait. 1.5 million Kenyan shillings per month. That's a very ambitious goal. All right, that is Eric. We have Julius, 50K per month. So at least I'm gauging. Mbona wengine waniandiki? Aya, usiponiandikia utakuamia hapo mali huko. 100 plus ni ngapi? 100 shillings and about. 100 plus. Betty, 45K. Nataka kuona zikiflow. iPhone ni nani? iPhone, you can change your name. You edit your name. Eka jina yenye I can know very well who you are. Mash is saying 100K. Nilikuwa nani ni 100 shillings and above. Unajua ningekupea 200 kesho asubuhi. Nikwambie wewe sasa uko sawa. Then we have Lino pia 100 plus. 100 plus ni nini? 90K Nathan. Kwani Nathan unaenda ukiongeza? The next message najua utatuma ama huko umetuma. Okay, Nathan 90K, Lino 500 plus 500 shillings ama ni nini? Okay. Ni hao tu ama kuna mtu anaachwa nje? Is there any person being left out? Victor, 200,000 and above per month. That is Victor. Lino, 500K and above. So that is the income goal that you have written for me there. Now, I'm going to be very much honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll tell you something, that the income goal you have written down there, first of all, it is very much possible. Unaona hizo income zote zenye mmeniandikia, including the 1.5 million per month, because the other day I logged into account ya CEO Bonan Vivon, Ambassador Moses Adika. For those who were in that meeting, you saw how an account looks like yenye inatengeneza 400, 500,000 per week. In fact, it was like date 5 or date 6 of October. Na tayari hiyo account ilikuwa ishamtengenezea 430,000. Imagine that was by date 6. He had already made 430,000 Kenyan shillings. Meaning, if you multiply that by 4 or by 5, he's already knocking 1.52 million Kenyan shillings. So every income that you have written down there for me, it is possible. Are we together? I hope mnaelewa hiyo. Number 2, this is now the most critical. Now that you want to make the 1.5 million Kenyan shillings per month, the second question you have to ask yourself, how many hours per day are you willing to commit on a daily basis or a weekly basis to achieve this income goal? Haya, sasa uliniandikia how much money you want to make. Now tell me, how much or how many hours in a day are you willing to commit to create that income? Be honest. If you know your schedule very well, if you have a goal, maybe unataka kutengeneza that kind of income, then tell me as well in the chat box, how many hours are you willing to commit on a daily basis for you to generate that kind of income? Nataka kuona sasa chat box zikiflow mbio mbio vile mlikuwa mnaandika hizo income. Nataka kuona pia zikiflow, because some of you are those kind of people. Let me not say, I hope there's no one like that, but we are those kind of people who we just sit back and hope, oh God, help me to buy a car. And then unajifunika duve vizuri, unajiwekelea sasa vizuri. Alan, don't write for me 24/7. 24/7 does not make sense. Unajifunikia duve vizuri, unaambia Mungu, oh God, help me to buy a car. Alafu unajifunika vizuri. Type for me, how many hours per day are you willing to commit to achieve that income? Eric amesema 10 hours a day. 10 hours a day is a lot, and it's very good hours to generate that kind of income. Andika zile hours zenye we mwenyewe uko sure you can work with that hours and you are ready to use that time effectively, because after this I'm going to give you a step-by-step plan on how you can achieve those kind of incomes. So nataka kuona people writing realistic figures. Now I'm seeing Julius 7 hours per day. We have Sharon 7 hours per day. Is that the hours you have per day which you are free, or you're willing to commit even despite your activities? We have Betty who is saying 4 hours. Of course, we have CEO Alan 12 hours in a day. 12 hours, that's a lot. That's good time. We have Ian Marsh 8 hours. We have Victor 7 hours. Lino 10 hours a day. Kuna watu bado sioni wakitype ama hii meeting, I'm going to remove those guys who are not participating, because we cannot be talking about goals here and how to achieve all of this, alafu wewe uko hapo unatuangalia. You are not mpenzi mtazamaji. Wapenzi watazamaji wamelala saizi, walitumiwa link lakini hii meeting haiwahusu, wakaenda wakalala. So I'm seeing this is Abigail 10 hours plus in a day. Willing to commit 7 hours. Sharon, willing to commit 7 hours. Christine, 8 hours. Okay. So I can see a majority of us, we understand that for us to accomplish, naona mkiniandikia the number of hours, naona ni kama zina match pia the kind of income that you can work with. Because someone who wants to generate maybe 50k, 40k, 100k, 90k. Naona hawasi zenu zina match. Okay? Kuna mwenye aliniandikia 1.5 million. My friend, hiyo ni 24 hours per day. Hiyo nayo fai kuwa hata unalala. But anyway, we'll get to that point later on. Now, number 3, how long are you willing to do this to get to this income goal? Elewa swali kwanza. The income goal that you have set, how patient are you willing to be to get to that income goal? Okay? Sijui kama mnanielewa. As in, building to that kind of income, of course, it takes time. It requires patience. It requires 2 or 3 things. But how willing are you to wait? How long are you willing to do this to get to this income goal? Now, let me tell you something. As you write for me, how many months or years you're willing to do this to get to that kind of income goal. Let me tell you something that my upline Sir Collins told me. That in this life, there are people who are full of, I want to become wealthy. I want to become successful. I want to do this and this and this and that. But when you share with them an opportunity, they don't even have 5 minutes to listen to you. Yet they claim they want to be wealthy. Why am I telling you this? It's because some of you are willing to make 100,000 Kenyan shillings per month. We are willing to put in 8 hours per day. But the question is, how long are you willing to wait and be patient until you get to that income goal? Yeah, 100 per month, 200 per month, 500 per month, 50k per month, 45k per month. How long are you willing to get? How long are you willing to do this to get to this income goal? Now tell me, everyone, tell me, Sasa, how long are you willing? I'm talking in terms of months, in terms of years. Tell me in the chat box. So Salino is saying for him to get to 500,000 Kenyan shillings per month, he just needs 1 year plus of real work. Okay? Till infinity. As long as it takes. Mnanibamba na hizi majibu. Now, they are very good. They're very good. They're very honest answers. Now, if you're not willing to give it 5 minutes of your time, if you're not willing to commit 10 hours or let's say 6 hours or 4 hours of your time on a daily basis for 5 years, for 3 years, for 1 year, for 6 months, then forget about it. Because some of us, we are fond of, I'm willing to give it my best shot, but then ikifika the hard times or when obstacles come along the way, we give up. We forget our goals. We forget our targets. We forget what we were hoping. For me, I told myself this. Let me give you my example. Ndivyo sasa muone. For me, I was willing to get to a point where I will be making something like 300, 400,000, 500,000 per month. That range between 300 to 500,000. And I told myself, because this was me when I was starting the business, there was a lot of negativity. There was a lot of bad energy and competition outside and inside the company. As in, ilikuwa too weird. For those who were in our last meeting, I was sharing with you what was happening. But I was willing to give it 5 years of consistent hard work for me to get to that goal. I was willing to do whatever it takes for 5 years until I get to that goal. I was willing to do whatever it takes to make that kind of income, to drive the car, to have a team, to get the rank, all those things. I was willing to give it all that time. Some of you are saying you want to make 200,000 per month, but you're not even willing to give it 1 month. After 1 month, I'm not going to see all these faces that I'm seeing here. I'm not wishing anyone to drop out, but I know Everyone who is typing me for me here, 50K, 100K, 80K, 90, 100, 120, 200, 300. How patient can you be? Na wenye wameniandikia hapo their goals. I'm seeing 1 year plus. I'm seeing 3 months, 7 months. Well, that's okay. But after 7 months, what if you have not yet achieved that goal? Maybe hujafika kwa hiyo income goal yenye unataka kuhave. Does that mean that that is the end of you? That's a question I want to ask you. Does that mean you gave it your best shot, haujafikisha 200K per month, so that means you are out of it completely? So I hope you get my point. How long are you willing to do this to get to that income goal? Now, on a serious note, nataka sasa kila mtu aniandikie yake hapo hivyo. Now, I want to see now on a serious note. Be honest. How long are you willing to give this? Unaona vile unaingianga shule unasema hii degree ni 4 years. I'm willing to commit 4 years. Na unaingia unaanza kusoma. That is the same thing. How long are you willing to get to that goal? To be patient enough. I'm waiting for the chat box. Nataka kuona chat box as we go to the next point. Christine says 2 years. Okay. Christine says 2 years. That's okay. You're willing to give it 2 years of your time to get to that point. What about the rest? What about everyone? Till infinity jo, applying jo. Till infinity ni mimi na hii kitu mpaka infinity Sharon ameamua. Julius 1 year. Okay. CEO horsepower, ati horsepower, health and prosperity. 9 months kiongozi. So after 9 months usipofika kwa hiyo, hebu acha ni scroll nione yako Alan. Ulikuwa umesema unataka kutengeneza how much? 100K. So after 9 months kama ugongi 100K per month, wacha tu ikae. Nathan, 1.5 hours. Uko sure uko present kwa hii meeting kweli? 1.5 hours. Anyway, write them down for me in the chat box. Okay, 1.5 years. So write them down for me in the chat box. I need to understand that. Now, the last thing, and the question that I want to ask you, Betty says 20 months. If we show you, who is your play, Nathan? Yeah, even Abigail couldn't believe it. Victor is saying 2 years. Now, if we show you how you will achieve this income goal, committing the number of hours for the period of time stated, will you commit to doing these activities? That is a basic question. I don't need the answer to that because you guys are already here in this meeting. That already says yes. Now, part 2, what is your why? What is your vision? What do you hope to accomplish in this business? Are we together? What are you hoping to accomplish in this business? Number 1, why are you doing this business? Some of you are doing this business because you are bored, because school was so long. Maybe, for example, you had a lot of free time on your hands. Some of you are doing this business because you had the money to start the business. So you just said, anyway, I have the money, let me just start anyway. You must be having a bigger vision, something that is pushing you to doing this business. Because if you don't have that kind of reason, something that can motivate you even when things are not okay, then it means you'll give up along the way. It means challenges will not make sense to you. You'll wonder, why should I go through this challenge while I can just relax, while I can just give up on it? And that is the challenge that we have with so many of us. We start this business, we don't have any goals, we don't have any aspirations, we just have the good vibes. Ulisikia, any person who want to be in the mentorship program? Me, I want it. And you said you want to be in the mentorship program. But when it comes now to the activities, when it comes down to the to-do list, hapo sasa now that is where you draw the line. Unasema, hey, kama ni hivyo wacha ikae. Number 2, what do you hope to achieve in a 2 to 4 years plan? That is something that you need to envision. where do you see yourself in the next 2 to 4 years in our business? Kama hauna hii, sasa wacha hata afadhali wewe enda tu upande tu waru mahali or upande tu mahindi mahali, because if you don't see yourself in the business in a 2 to 4 years plan here, if you don't see yourself in 2 to 4 years in this business, then I'm willing to allow you to leave this meeting, because I don't want to talk to headless chicken. Have you guys ever slaughtered a chicken? A chicken can run without the head for about 10-20 minutes. Inaweza kimbia tu without the head, and it just runs and runs and runs and runs. You're running around like a headless chicken because you don't even know why you are here. You don't know what you want to accomplish in the business in the next 4 years. Wewe unaangalia next month, or you're looking at the next 9 months. You're looking at the next, 1 year. For me, I had a vision for 5 years. And I'm telling myself in the next 5 years, I want to be having this and that and that. I want to have accomplished this and this and this and this and that through the business. Now put it in perspective, because this is what will propel you to surmount the obstacles when you see them. I'll not lie to you guys, along the way, there are a lot of obstacles. You're going to face a lot of rejection. You're going to face a lot of misinformation. You're going to face a lot of negativity. You're going to face a lot of ignorant people outside there. You're also going to face financial challenges, both inside the business and even outside the business. Maybe, for example, for your own maybe expenses, and also inside the business, maybe for business expenses, maybe office, maybe PMA, maybe you want to add an account, maybe you want hizo pia bado utaface. And even you're going to meet people who are in financial need and they want the business. That's also going to be a challenge, because sometimes back, I had a downline. Akakuja akaniambia, upline, mbona kila mtu mwenye mimi na invite ni orphan tu, hawana pesa ya kujoin biashara? That is also a challenge. Another one akakuja akaniambia, upline, I've been presenting, mtu napata ako jobless. Mimi watu tu na present biashara wako jobless, in fact hawana kitu, but wamependa biashara. All the people wenye alikuwa na presentia, those are challenges which you're going to face along the way. You want to build an organization, you want to build a team, you're going to meet all kinds of people, all kinds of challenges. Wacha ni waprepare tu saa hizi. They are going to be there along the way. But you know what is going to push you? The goals that you have written down na umeziweka mahali. Ladies and gentlemen, during this time when I was offline, I was asking myself, now that I'm finished 4 years in the business, it means I need to set another target, because I have new leaders in my team. I have new downlines in my team. If I don't have new goals, if I don't have something which pushes me, zile zenye nilijiwekea 5 years ago, saizi ni kama nishamaliza zote, then it means I can easily quit the business. I can easily say, I have done what I wanted to do. Now, let me try something different. I can easily do that because I am vulnerable. I've gone through all the challenges. My goals kept me focused until where I am right now. So it means if I don't have something extra which is pushing me, I am at risk of not being here. So I was wondering during this entire weekend, what now can I do? And I've been doing a lot of research, just like I told you. Hii time yenye nimekuwa offline, I've been doing a lot of research on things which I really want to accomplish in the business in the next now 5 years. So mimi nishagonga 4. Na sasa na imagine, sasa nikimaliza another 5 years. So I'll be 9 years in the business. What do I hope to accomplish in the next 9 years? Now my goals are completely different. I was even talking to my good friend Sir Calvin. Tunajiambia, sasa si zile vitu mingi zenye nilikuwa nataka kufanya sasa hizi kishafanya. Sasa ni nini ingine? And Sir Calvin was sharing with me what he wants to do. I was also getting ideas from him and other people wenye tumekaa nao kwa biashara 4-5 years. We're just sitting down having a chat during the weekend. Na hizo ndo vitu tulikuwa tunaongelea. And when I'm going to write them down, I'm still not yet finished. I want to tear down whatever I already have on my walls. I have so many stickers and A3 papers on my wall for all my goals and achievements that I've had, some of the things that I wanted to accomplish. Now, I want to tear them down and I want to put in another fresh batch of goals and achievements. Swali ni, sasa mimi nishamaliza za 4 years. Sasa na wewe Nathan, na ndio umeanza, my friend, 4 years, what do you hope to accomplish? It's just a challenge. I'm not bragging or anything. If I've already done some of those things for 4 years, it means, Christine, you have barely scratched this. As in wewe hata, bado. It means Lino, bado. It means Mash, bado. It means Abigail, bado. It means we have a long way to go. And so it's going to force us to dream again, to dream big. If you have never dreamed again, this is a chance for you. Go and dream and dream and dream again. Write it down and put it where you can see every single day. Ukiamka, hiyo ndio kitu ya kwanza unaona. Ukilala, hiyo ndio kitu ya mwisho unaenda kuona. You can even print several of them. Have a vision board. Print that car. Print the income that you want to print. Print the size of the team that you want. Kila kitu, rank, house, vacation. Print all those things. Put them into a dream board and stick them somewhere where you can see them every single day. That is what is going to push you to overcome all those challenges. Now, I want you to listen to maybe this short story of Jack Ma and how he came to be. And I want you to listen to the value of what so very many people missed and what right now Alibaba is, courtesy of Jack Ma. It's a short video. Okay, so that is one of the earliest meetings when Alibaba was being founded. I think this video dates back to, I think, 1998, 1999 hapo. It's one of the oldest videos you can ever find on Alibaba. When I was doing this research, I found out that he had a very huge vision. Even before they launched it, they already knew how the market is, what their competitors are, and how they can overcome that challenge. And you can see from that video, whatever he's telling them, that if we are going to work from 8 to 5 p.m., then afadhali tuende tu tufanye kitu ingine, because there's no way Alibaba can compete with all these other successful companies and we work the same number of hours. So my major point is this, that if you are looking to accomplish that vision, what are you willing to sacrifice? Some of us want the goal to come in easily. You're not ready to put in the effort. You're not ready to put in the work. How do you expect to generate 200,000 or even 1.5 million per month? And you are the person who never has any interest in the presentations being done. You are the person who never has any interest in learning those skills. Not in our meeting, in doing your own research, in researching what the business is all about, how you can get the skills, how you can do all that. How do you talk about making that kind of income and you're not willing to change something about your day-to-day lifestyle to accommodate the business? That is something that very many people don't know. Let's talk about expectation management. And I want you to read this with me, every one of us. I want you to read this with me, that if I succeed in this business, it is going to be me who created that success, not my upline. First of all, to achieve hapo. Some of you think that maybe the success that people get in this business, wamesaidiwa na uplines wao. I can confirm to you, the input of your upline's success inakuanga less than 20%. It is very much, ni kidogo sana. The input of your upline success, sometimes it even goes as low as 0%. Some of us, our uplines just join the business, wakatuleta kwa biashara na wakatuacha hapo. Some of us, we joined the business, yes, we had an upline, but we had to do the research because our uplines, they were not successful. I was sharing with you our story the other day. When we were starting the business, our uplines are Collins hakuwa anaunda do, alikuwa broke. He was very much broke. He was just starting the business. Hata yeye hakuwa ameenda sana. So when we were starting the business, we had to do the research together with upline. Upline research closing, si tuna research presentation, huyu mwingine ana research follow up, and then tunafunzana. That is how we have grown in this business. Sisi hatuja grow up with upline anatuambia kuja nikufunze, anakufunza. Hapana, we've grown up researching all these skills, all these files. If you go to that Google Drive which I was sharing with you the other day, utapata hapo prepared by Engineer Glenn, prepared by Calvin's Arguins, prepared by Noel. Utapata documents there that were prepared by us. So majority of our success ilikuwa tunaanza na upline. So our upline couldn't really teach us how to be successful, naye hajakuwa successful. Right now, Eric can teach you how to make 100K sababu he's doing it. Abigail can teach you how to do that. Every person here can teach you how to do that. Even Alan right now anaweza saidia Judith atengeneze hiyo pesa. But the question that you as a downline, you need to ask yourself is, if this success is mine, how much effort am I willing to contribute to it? Nataka uachane na story ya upline. I know we have started the business. Yes. I know we are new in the business. Yes. But story yako na upline iliisha time upline alikuonyesha biashara. Unaona time upline alikuambia join your link. Hiyo ndio time yenye story yako na upline iliishia. The moment your upline alikutumia link ya presentation, akakwambia join usikize hiyo presentation, and then kaa uko na swali tutajibu baadaye. Akakuja akasikiza presentation ya mtu mwingine tofauti, alafu akasaidiwa na mtu mwingine tofauti kuanza biashara. Hiyo ndio time story yako na upline wako huwa inaishia. It is never about you and your upline in this business, because every one of us has a different goal. Every one of us has a different ambition. I remember sometimes back, my younger brother, mwenye ananifuata, he came back home with a very poor report card when we were in high school. So we're in the same school, and I was a year older than him in a higher class. But then he comes home with a very poor report card. And even my dad is wondering, how come you're getting this in mathematics? He starts saying, oh, the teacher is talking so loudly, so slowly. He doesn't talk loudly, so we can't hear him. He misses class. He misses 3 lessons in a week. He only comes for 2 of them. This and this and this and that. The exam was so hard, and hiyo mtihani hatukuwa tumeisomea, ilikuja tu, you know. And even before my dad could react, I already knew is in his story, because I was in that class in the previous year, and we had the same teacher, and I never failed that mathematics. In fact, I was so much happy the teacher never used to come to class on a regular basis, because it was a chance for me to do my own research, to study, to go and deep into books. Why am I telling you this? Some of you are going to say, oh, my upline did this, my upline did that. Why are you not growing in the business? Oh, my upline does not know English. My upline did not teach me how to do that. Oh, the business itself. Oh, I cannot talk in front of people. Oh, I am not tall. Oh, this and this, I'm a student. I am this and this and this and that. The moment you just open your mouth and you blame something else or someone else for your failures, you are a failure automatically. I want us to be on the same page. Any success that you're going to create in this business, it is going to be you who created that success, not your upline. Your upline is just there to play a small role, to just give you the tools, to just share, to teach you 1 or 2, 3 things, to guide you, to tell you do this, do that, do this, do that. But your upline is not there to do the business for you. I hope we are together. Number 2, if you fail in this business, it is going to be you who created that failure and not your upline. Let's be clear on that. Let me tell you, when you guys are going to be very much successful, oh my God, I'll take credit for it. I'll stand in front of people and I'll say, Abigail, amenunua gari. Bana, that's my downline. Ukajua vile nimepambana na Abigail, nimemsaidia, nimemfunza, nimemsaidia, nimemfanya nini. But in reality, sikuwa nasaidia Abigail, nilikuwa tu namwambia apply, fanya, and she was going to do it on her own. When I see Betty making 100,000 per month, I'll stand in front of people and say, Uyo Betty, imagine if I've never even met her, but I've been coaching her sleepless nights. I'll take credit for it anyway, because you're part of my team. But do you know who is going to be enjoying that success? It is going to be you. In as much as I'll take credit for it, who is going to feel good when you make the money? It is going to be you, not me. Who's going to be happy when you're holding a brand new BMW or a Mercedes? Who's going to be happy when you're going for a fully paid vacation? It is going to be you. Me, the only thing I'm going to do, I'm going to be proud of you. They'll ask me how I did it, and I'll just tell them, imagine tulikuwa tunapambana naye, nilikuwa namtumia documents, anapambana, we have presentations, ana invite mwenyewe, namsaidia kuclose, nafanya nini na nini. But you're going to be doing majority of it. I am going to be the difference between success or failure. I want you to say that line wherever you are. You're going to be the difference between success or failure. However, the team will provide the roadmap, the system, the structure, and the support for you to succeed. Now, that is where we have the function of the team. We're just going to give you the roadmap. Hivi ndio tutaenda. The system, here it is. Freshman, junior, leader, nini. The structure, the step-by-step activities, and the support. I'm going to support you. But the rest of it, the activities to be done, it's up to you. Your availability for mentorship is up to you. Everyone has a choice in this business. Are we together? So let's go to the next part, which is part 3. That is just a continuation. The 4 expected stages in this business. There'll be ups and downs in this business. So below are the 4 expected stages that you must pass through. The first one is the excited stage, or the excitement phase, whereby you are ready for action. Wewe unajiambia sasa, mimi nakuomoka, hai watu kwa hii village watanitambua, watu kwa hii mtaa ngojeni tu wanaenda kuniita mkuu, you know. This is the day you start, or that first 2 3 days, first 2 days that you have started the business. But then, you know, challenges start hitting you left, right, and center. The first one being rejection. People telling you no. You're expecting all your friends to be excited, jump up, and be part of your business. They tell you no. Number 2, deception. People not showing up. You're inviting for a presentation, people don't show up, you know. Sometimes you might feel disappointed. The other thing, attrition. This is where, you know, you have a team of 2, 3, 4, 5 people. You have started building the business, but they are not as enthusiastic as you are. Ulileta besti yako kwa biashara, unasema bas, mimi sasa na huyu John bana tunaenda kuomoka. Kumbe John alijoin biashara juu alikuona, hakuwa na reason, hakuwa na excitement yoyote. Yeye alijoin kwa sababu aliona, oh, okay, beti yako kwa hiyo biashara, wacha pia mimi ni join. Hakuwa na reason whatsoever, so they quit the business. Or you are disrespected. People saying it's a scam, or people thinking you are unprofessional. That are some of the challenges you're going to face. This is usually 4 weeks into the business, where you start contemplating, hey, ama hii kitu, it is meant for others. Ama hizi story bana, mimi ni kama sitaifika hivyo. Hapana. The moment you overcome that contemplation stage, those challenges, I want you to know that it is not just you alone. There are so many other people. In the momentum stage, you start, you know, building up pole pole. You start experiencing some growth. You start to make maybe kitu kama 50K, you know, to like 200,000 on a monthly basis. With constant trainings, you will get there. I want to tell you, with constant trainings, you will get to that point where momentum is kicking in. But we are going to go through this together, one step at a time. Ukianza kuingia momentum stage, my friend, I've seen people in momentum stage. Kuna watu hapa waliingia momentum stage na wakaanza kuwa na kiburi. Bana upline mimi saizi hai. Upline bana hai. Nishaunda hai bana upline mimi naweza fanya si unipe hata hiyo presentation uone. You know, you get that sort of confidence. You can even see the character on your screen. Ameanza kuwalk with a bounce. Anajua sasa yeye ni bazoo. Hiyo momentum stage, it is very good, but sometimes it can also be very tricky because in that momentum stage you become complacent. Unaanza kutosheka na kenye uko nacho. Let's say your goal was to make maybe kitu kama 500,000. Unaanza kutengeneza 100,000, unaanza kusahau, unaanza kutosheka na zile vitu zenye unatengeneza. Don't ever in momentum stage, they say that there are some, okay, I'll research on that. I don't know the exact quote, but he says there are some things which kill a man. Number one, sijui inakuanga nini na nini, but one of them inakuanga leverage. Unaona kwa hii momentum stage, some of you will start making a cool 50K, 80K, 90K without doing anything. As in, unapata tu timu yako walishaweka codes, una login jioni unashtukia, ala, kwani nimetengeneza 20K leo, imetoka wapi? Unashtukia mwingine aliongeza account, mwingine alitoa codes 2, mwingine out of nowhere has registered someone in the business. So sometimes you might be tempted to be comfortable with that. It is very dangerous. But if you're able to overcome that satisfaction in momentum stage, the last bit is stability stage. This is about maybe 2 years, 3 years, 4 years in the business, where you are stable in the business. You're making a constant figure in your sure whether you sleep or not, whether you are there or not, you are still going to make the money. That stability stage is very, very much awesome. And I'm actually hoping that we are all targeting that, because if you're not there for the long run, kama when you are 1.5 years, 2 years, maybe kuna wenye wameniandikia 9 months, 7 months. I want to change that. Give yourself 4 to 5 years in this industry. It will reward you handsomely. Are we together? Network marketing is full of phases. Whatever I've just explained to you, we have the initial excitement, that is phase 1, and then phase 2 ndio kuna disappointment and there are challenges along the way. And as I told you, those challenges, they are enough to make you quit the business. And that's why very few people, they become top earners. Someone asked me a while back, why is it that there are only very few people who are high income earners in the industry? And I tell this person, because not everyone is willing to withstand all those challenges. Others, along the way, a small maybe rejection from the best friend, they're ready to give it all up because they want to, they want they don't want to lose their friends or their loved ones. For me, I lost all my friends during the critical point. There's a point where I had to decide whether I'm going to quit this business or do it. I looked at my friends and I was wondering, ama my friends are right. Maybe this thing does not work. But at that critical point, I did some research. I interacted with some of the top leaders in the team. I sat down with my upline Sir Collins, nikamwambia what was happening. And he's telling me, this is a point where you decide, Glenn, whether you want to do the business or not. If you want to please your friend, just walk out of this office and go. But remember what you're giving up on. If you want to do this, then let's do this together. Na akaniambia, if you are not ready to give up, at some point, we are going to get there. When you are going to buy Sir Collins car in March last year, tukua tu tumekaa kwa hiyo gari, tunajiuliza, unakumbuka tukifanya zile research, tukianza biashara, tukijifunza vitu 2-3, and he's reminding us, nyinyi mlikuwa mnadhani tunaweza fika point yenye tunaweza nunua gari. Like it sounded so kitu big sana that we never even thought it was going to happen. Even when I was going to buy mine, you see the video that I share with you, akiniambia tajiri ndio hii. Hiyo time when I was making the payments, Sir Collins was there, and yani huyu ni wewe. Yani huyu ni wewe unanunua gari hivi. Enyewe bana, tulikuwa tufike either way. Tulikuwa tufike hapa. That's why kwa video nasemanga, ndio hii. Tajiri ndio hii imefika. It has arrived. So you fight for your success. You fight for the success. You fight for financial freedom. The financial freedom that you want from this business, it does not come for free. You have to fight for it. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the 3 cardinal structures in BSc. And I want us to understand that number 1, you must involve God in this business. It's very much hard to become successful in this life without God. Say a prayer for your business. You're fighting a lot of enemies outside there. You're fighting a lot of enemies. You're fighting a lot of challenges outside there. And sometimes you might try. But maybe the challenge is because you don't pray. You just don't pray. Then maybe the moment you start praying, things will open up. I'm telling you guys this because I've really seen people go through it all in the business. Sometimes they ask me, Glenn, how were you able to buy the car? Now where will you join after CC? We have seen you join the business. We have seen you struggling in building the same we were struggling. How were you able to do it? I was sitting down with top leaders and I was advising them, this is it, this is it, this is it. But most importantly, maybe some things are spiritual. Maybe pale hivyo kwa village, kuna mtu tu amekukazia. Kuna mtu tu amefunga nini, inaitwa aje? I've seen a lot of witchcraft, mtu anachukua dolia na alafu anaweka, anasema tu jina yako, anaita tu na jina yako kila usiku, anaidunga tu machuma nini inaitwa aje, anaidunga tu misumari kila siku akiita tu jina yako. Anyway, I'm not saying that's what's happened, but sometimes you might find that that's a challenge. I think I've had this even in the business. Some of our leaders have gone through it, and the moment they just go and they break it all off, they start afresh, things just start happening. Maybe ulikuwa umekaziwa, but then I've seen leaders, the moment they just discover that, they start, inafunguka, explode kabisa. So maybe for some of you, or maybe even me, maybe you kuna reason mbona zafika point yenye umefika. Maybe I'll also try that again. Now, number two, you must be willing to be trained. Of course, if you're not willing to be trained on this business, if you're not willing to be given the skills, then just forget about this because you'll be frustrated. Without skills, you'll be frustrated. As you start this business, I'm going to be doing 100% for you. So I'm going to be doing the presentation for you. I'm going to be, kama even you've given me your contacts, I'm going to be inviting your contacts for you. I'm going to be closing them for you. In case they have a question, I'm going to be meeting them up, booking appointments, and you're not going to pay me anything to do all that because I'm your upline. But then once I am doing all that, be willing to learn. Attend as many presentations as possible. In the month of November and December, we are going to have a new batch of leaders who are going to do the presentation for us. Nimeshaanza kuwaambia, I've started pointing them. Nawaambia tu tajiri, we November anza tu kujipanga na kuweka kwa timetable whether you like it or not, because you have learned enough. I've taught you. You have seen how it is done. So start preparing yourself. Nishaanza kukuambia. Kama sijaanza kukuambia, jua there's a problem somewhere. You must be willing to be trained. But the last thing, okay, you, apart from willing to be trained, we'll talk about it, but about 5% of people make a very crazy income in most businesses because only about 5% will read 5 professional books in the business. There are 5 major books you should read in order to become a super success in this business. And these are the books. Are we together? So we have this book called GoPro. Start with GoPro. Are we together? So start with this GoPro. Start with this GoPro by Eric Quarre. This GoPro, read all the way up to chapter 4 or chapter 5. Go up to chapter 4. Once you've read chapter 4, come and read this book. Not this one. Your first day network marketing. Anza na hii GoPro. Let me point it out. Ndivyo mtu aseme haoni. Come and start with this GoPro by Eric Quarre from introduction to chapter 4. It will give you a clear understanding of why it means to be a professional in this industry. Now, once you're done, come and read your first year in network marketing by Mark and Renreid Yanel. It's a couple. Unfortunately, Mark Yanel passed on some years ago. So go and read this book, Your First Year in Network Marketing. It's very, very insightful. It will give you a head start on all the challenges you're going to face. Even before you face those challenges, it will give you a head start so that you are prepared. Ikifika hii point kwa biashara, you know, what do I expect? Now, I'm giving you a list of these books, but I know you guys are not going to read these books. Let me tell you what will happen. We are going to be having high income earners coming from this meeting. And these high income earners are only people who are going to be reading this. I've read these books. GoPro. Oh, hujaipata soft copy or hard copy? If it's soft copy, just tell. Don't worry. If it's soft copy, you will get the link. Utaipata pale hivyo. Or I'll share with you. I have ndakutumia soft copy. I'll send it soft copy. I have soft copy of all these books. The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, Prospecting Rules by Russ McNeil, and all these books, including others. First of all, start with this GoPro by Eric Quarre. And then go to your first day network marketing. Leaders are good readers. If you want to become a high income earner, if you want to become a leader in this industry, these are the 2 books which, first of all, you must go through. And if possible, make a summary. Usisome kama novel. Usisome uku umekelea mguu juu ya kiti, juu ya meza, while listening to other music. No. Sit down with this book. I have done summary of all these books. And it really helped me out a lot, especially your first year network marketing. Hii inakuambianga live what you are going to expect in your first year network marketing. Na haikufichangi. The discouragements, hata inakuambianga line by line what you're going to face. So it gives you a very good head start in the business. And then hizi zingine ni za kujazilia tu. When you start on prospecting, this is the best book for you to read, Prospecting Rules. I also have this soft copy. Remind me to share with you this prospecting. Hii watu wengi hawananga. Prospecting Rules by Russ McNeil. I'll share with you the link and make sure you just have it. Now, once you have these books, once you have read these books and you have the information, you must be willing to train others. You must be willing. You know, sometimes when I feel so bad when I've taken my time to coach a leader, nimemsaidia, ameelewa the biashara, ameanza kutengeneza pesa, but you know, they are not ready to help other people. They have a downline. They have someone who is interested in the business, but they're not ready to commit their time to help this person. So it pains me when I still have to go down and also help this other person who they have connected to the business. While I helped this first person akaelewa. Ladies and gentlemen, if I am going to teach you, be ready to also teach your team. Be ready to help others. Oi, you cannot grow an organization if you're not ready to help others. If you're given a responsibility, deliver on it. You've been given the responsibility for a presentation. Train like no one's business. Weka pale hivyo. Juu hata wewe ile siku yenye uliattend presentation, there is someone who gave it 100%. That's why you are here. If you're given a chance to help a new downline, hata kama si wako, wewe saidia kwa sababu even you at some point, you are a new downline and you wanted to learn from other leaders. You approached some few other leaders and they taught you. Even if you did not do that because you will want your downline to approach another leader, amfunze. I'm so happy with our leader, you know, who passed on. He was one of those people. In fact, I was so much excited when they were in the mentorship yake. You know, he used to do it wholeheartedly. You know, my team will just come and tell me, hey, I've really learned a lot. Leader so and so, ule tajiri amenifunza, amenisaidia. And I will feel so much happy. So hata pia mimi, wale wake wenye nilikuanga na wao, I gave it my all. I did it. If you go to that team, they'll tell you, man, Clasia Glenn was the best. I used to have one of the, not one of the, I used to have the best. In fact, they text me until today. Upline, si hata urudishe ile class yako. I just used to enjoy your class. It was lively. It made me who I am today. It has created a lot of success stories from Paul and Silas. You know, Silas and his upline Paul. It has created Kina Wendy, you know, and all these leaders, they still approach me and they tell me upline, man, ile class yako, man, I just wish we could still have it until today. So you must be willing to train others. Give it your all. In this business, it doesn't matter how much you know. It matters how much have you helped others. You might be knowing how to do a presentation, but have you helped someone else to also know the same? Have you done a wonderful presentation to other people? That is all that matters. And we cannot talk anything past that. I think we all understand that helping others in this business is very much important. Now, you must be ready to make a difference in the lives of people by training them to become successful and to own their lives. You must be ready to help people and not use them. Don't see people as tools to make you successful, but rather people you should help to become successful. This is a very important factor because some of you are only looking at maybe people outside there. You're seeing your best friend as 4,800. Una imagine, jamaa akijoin biashara, hapo kwanza nitakuwa nishapata watu wawili, so hiyo nitakuwa nimetengeneza 60. No. Yes, it is okay. But don't look at it that way. Look at that person joining the business and that person growing and becoming successful. You can see when Eric is saying, I was in the